Hey, what is up guys, my name is Rizzial, and today I will bring you a new addition to my secret base tutorial series. Now this base will feature a completely hidden entranceway that uses a hopper minecart redstone device to drop us down into the base. When inside here you land into a small house which then opens up into an awesome themed interior that gives the illusion of being outside at night with its high vaulted dark ceiling and grass paths. Not only that, but the base comes with all the survival essentials, including an enchantment area, furnaces, plenty of storage, brewing stations, and even a small pond for fishing and retrieving water. So without any further ado, let's get right into building it. Now for the first portion of this tutorial, I'll show you how we will hide the base. So the area we need to build the secret base in could be just about anywhere, although if you want to build the same exit as I used at the end of the video, then I suggest building the base near a hill or mountainside similar to the example shown here. So once you found yourself an area to place a secret base entrance, let's first start by clearing a 4 long by 2 wide hole in the ground that is 3 blocks deep. Now starting at the back left corner of this hole, let's place down a dispenser, and then to the right of it, place a hopper that attaches to it by clicking on the dispenser while crouching. Then to the right of the hopper, place a comparator facing the way I place it here, and then place a block next to the comparator with a redstone torch off the front side of the block. And also above the redstone torch, let's place a sticky piston facing towards the left. Next we'll place a rail and hopper minecart on top of the hopper. So depending on which way you are facing, the track will be pointing forward or sideways, and we want the track facing sideways so we don't push the minecart off the track when we drop in. So if you place a track on top of the hopper and it looks like mine, then simply add a track to one of the sides of it to change its direction, and then remove that track and place a hopper minecart on top of here. And now in front of this hopper, let's remove a block in the ground, and also let's add 2 grass blocks from the end of this sticky piston. Then let's cover over all this area with more grass blocks, except for this first grass block we placed next to the piston. So now our secret entrance will be functioning. All we need to do is stand in this hole and throw any item you want at the block that covers the hopper minecart, and we will be dropped down. There won't be a proper exit to this until we finish the base, so if you want to make a temporary staircase out the back you can, just make sure to cover it up later on. Also, before we work on the base, we should mark where the entrance is and where to throw the item. So I'm going to plant a tree 2 blocks in front of the hole so it doesn't block the minecart and use that as reference. However, feel free to do something else if you would like adding a flower above the minecart block. So now let's drop back down into the hole and start by digging down another 12 blocks below here. Then once we're at the bottom of this, we'll next need to clear out a 15 long by 15 wide area for the base that is 5 blocks tall, making this hole the center point of it. Next, with the main dimensions of the base cleared out, we will need to carve out some extra rooms and indents into the walls. So at the center of each wall, let's clear out a 5 long area that is 4 blocks tall and goes in 3 blocks. Then at each corner of the base, let's build up oak-like columns that extend up to the ceiling. And now a block over from each of these oak columns, let's add in some indents to the walls by removing a 2-block wide strip from the floor to the ceiling. Then let's replace the floor and ceiling within all these indents with glowstone blocks. So now that we have the shape of the base complete, we can next replace all the stone walls here with spruce planks. Then with all the stone walls replaced, we will next add in the ceiling to the base. So let's start by replacing the ceilings in the small room areas with spruce planks as well. Now we will carve out the main ceiling for the secret base by creating a domed ceiling. So we can do that by removing one layer of the outer edge of the stone for each row upwards a total of 5 times until we are left with a 5x5 surface at the top. So now at the very top layer of the ceiling, we should have a 5x5 area of stone which we can replace with glowstone blocks. And then for the rest of the stone rings on the ceiling, we can replace them all with gray concrete blocks. Next we'll work on the ground layer of the base, so let's first remove an 11 by 11 area of the floor at the center of the base. Then around the edge of this 11 by 11 area, let's add in cobblestone stairs. And now at the center of this, let's add in a 5 by 5 area of cobblestone. So then once we have this laid out on the floor, we can replace all the remaining stone blocks in the base with grass blocks. Next up, we will add in a small house on top of this cobblestone we placed at the center. So at each of the corners of this, let's build up oak log columns that are 3 blocks tall. Then between all the oak log columns, let's fill in the walls with spruce planks. Now we'll add the roof over top of this house, so let's start by adding spruce slabs off the top edge of the walls. Then for the layer above this, let's add 3 spruce stairs at the center of these walls with slabs at the corners. And also for the last layer of the roof, we'll add a spruce stair at each side with slabs at the corners again. Next we'll add the doors and windows to this tiny house. So at the front and back we can add some oak doors, and at the sides we can add a couple white stained glass pane windows. Then below these doors, let's add in some steps by using 3 cobblestone slabs. Also within this inner ring, let's add some grass and flowers by using bone meal. Then let's go inside the house to finish it up. So let's begin by placing 2 beds at the sides with crafting tables at the ends of them with flower pots on top. Next on the ground, let's replace the middle block with a slime block and then add some carpets to the floor. And lastly, we can add some torches above the doors using the item frame and slab trick. Next, we will add in the rest of the base along the outer rooms and walls. So let's start by simply filling in all the indents where we added the glowstone with double chests. Then we'll start adding in the 4 rooms into each of the cubbies we made. So let's go over to one of the sides and we'll start making the enchanting room. So we can do that by first replacing the back wall of planks with bookshelves and also adding 2 more rows of them out at the sides. Then at the center of these bookshelves, let's add an enchantment table that has a glowstone block under it and above it. Now once the enchantment area is complete, let's next add a furnace room across from this. So let's start by replacing the middle 3 rows of planks at the back wall of furnaces and also adding out 2 rows of them at the sides as well. And then at the middle of this, let's add an anvil with a glowstone block under it and above it. Next, with the furnace area complete, we will add in a small pond area at one of the sides to use as a fishing spot and infinite water supply. So let's start by digging a 3x3 hole that is 3 blocks deep at the center of one of the cubbies that we will fill in with water. Then above the water, let's add a glowstone block in the ceiling, and also at the sides of this we can add in sugarcane if you want to start farming it. And then at the back wall, I'll just add some item frames here that we can hang some tools on. Now we are left with one remaining side, which we will use as a brewing area and will also be the side where the exit will be. So let's start this by adding a glowstone block in the ceiling, and then on the ground level let's replace 2 rows of grass at each side with soul sand and nether wart on top for a little farm of those. Then at the back wall, let's add a door at the center of the wall, and then at the sides of this let's place some upside down spruce stairs for shelves with brewing stands on them. And then optionally, if you want, I'm going to add an item frame and clock above the door so you can see what time of day it is before you leave. And also I'll add some vines at the sides of this for a little decoration or farm of those. Now the last thing we need to do for the base is create an exit. So let's go through the door we placed where the brewing area is, and then all we need to do is dig our way up to the surface, making the path come out through a hill or mountainside. So once you've dug your way up and have made the path come out through a hill or mountainside like I have here, we can start adding the redstone device which will hide the exit. So let's start by clearing a 4 wide and 4 tall space into the wall that goes in 3 blocks that connects with the pathway. Now once you have the area cleared out, simply follow along where I place all the pistons and redstone for the secret exit. But now that the exit is complete, that is going to be all for the secret base tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more designs of hidden underground bases, be sure to let me know and drop a like, and I'll definitely continue to do more. But with that being said, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Later guys, bye bye.